Hi guys, welcome back into Little Patch Garden here today. Today I'm going to pull up my sweet potato. Now this sweet potato's been in here probably since November, December 2020. It's now April 2021, so it's been there probably for 4 to 6 months. Now, I've researched a bit into when to pick your sweet potato, and it does say, 2 weeks after it flowers, when the leaves die back. Some places, because of their weather, it's, they just harvest it basically at a certain time of the year. Now, my sweet potato, haven't seen any flowers come on it. But I have actually, yesterday, I was having an investigation into the patch itself, or said bathtub, because they're in a bathtub, looking in, and found a couple of sweet potatoes coming out of the top. So I pulled one of them out, and what I found was a sweet potato of a decent size. So I've decided, the fact that I can see a couple more poking out of the top as well, that I'm going to pull them out. Some of the leaves are starting to brown off, and this is the first time I've grown sweet potatoes, so I'm not really experienced in growing them at this point in time, but I am going to pull them out, and I'll show you what I get out of them. These sweet potato were grown from store-bought sweet potato. I bought them, stuck them on the shelf, and they sprouted. So I put them in. There was only 2 that went in. They have grown quite well. So that's the bathtub there. So you can see that they're growing quite well all over the place, and climbing out and having a good old time in there. So I'm going to get in there. You can see there's no flowers on them, but some of the leaves are down here starting to die back. I could leave them a bit longer and see how they go, but when I pick one out that's a decent size, to me that's a good indication to get in there and get them out. So what I found in here when I investigated in here yesterday, so this is the where one of them was planted, and as you can see there is another sweet potato there. I would say it's a similar size to the other one. I pulled the other one out of in here, but I did see that there was another stem of a sweet potato here, and you can see there's another sweet potato coming out of the ground there. So I'm going to pull them out and have a look at them. So I'm just going to start with cutting back some of the vines so that I can see what I'm doing in here. Like I said, I've only planted 2 of the sweet potatoes in here, so I'm hoping to get at least more than 2, and I can see 3, so now, I'm not 100% sure how sweet potato works, so anywhere that they've pretty much rooted, I'm going to take a look under the dirt and see if there is anything under there. Now, like potatoes, you want to be careful that you don't damage them as you're getting them out. Look, thought I felt something in there. that is the main plant there. So I'm going to cut off anything attached to that. This is where the big sweet potato was attached by its little vine thing. So I was not quite expecting that to jump out of there, but it has. And here, off of the main plant, we have a nice, beautiful sweet potato. Okay, another one. There's another little one here. He's still attached, so just feel around the bottom here and see what else is in here. I can't feel, oh, there's a vine going off of there. Just like its root. And it has led me to another sweet potato. It's not a very big one, so we might leave that there. There's another one that goes this way. There it is. There it is. So there's little vines that you can see here. Have all run off of the main plant, and they are leading to where the sweet potatoes are. So that's another not bad sized one. And you can see my soil. It's quite soft, so it's easy to dig through with my hands. So this one's another nice one. I'll pick him. Detach it. And we might just have another look to see if there was any more of the main veins running off anywhere. So yeah, I'm just going to leave those little ones in here. I'm going to leave all these bits in here and see what happens. And yeah, I mean, sweet potato pretty much grows from a sprout anyway, so these might sprout new sweet potatoes. They might just become compost in the bottom of the thing. But I'll just keep some water up to this bathtub, and we'll just see what happens, you know. A lot of the way I do my gardening is plant it and see what happens. And I've just found another one. Right, so that's the sweet potato. I've just stepped into the shade for a minute. I'll show you what I actually did get out of there. Like I said, I only put 2 store-bought sweet potatoes in. I haven't bought sweet potatoes from the store for so long because the price of them is ridiculous. And I usually need about 3 to 4 sweet potatoes depending on what I'm actually making. If I'm doing mashed sweet potato, I need a fair few. If I'm doing roast potatoes, it's at least 2 or 3. So that's what the bed now looks like. I'm just going to top that up with a little bit more soil because there's still some of the roots exposed, and then give it a really good watering. And down here is my sweet potato harvest. So I'm pleased with that, very pleased. There's probably 1-2 meals maybe I can make out of that, depending on how many people are here. But yeah, they are amazing. So I'll get them cleaned up, get them up at the house and stored up in the storage room until we eat them. I am extremely pleased with what come out of there. That was one bathtub with 2 sweet potatoes in it. So yeah, it's something I'm going to look into doing more of. It's kind of like the potatoes though. If you don't have the space to put potatoes in, then you might as well just buy potatoes. Sweet potatoes though really do get quite expensive. You know, I've seen them for $6 odd a kilo, and it pretty much, that's, your sweet potato will end up costing you more than your meat does to put on your plate. So it's been a long time since I have bought sweet potato, for the simple fact, probably the last sweet potato I bought were the ones that I put in the cupboard to sprout for this, and that was like almost 6 months ago now. Well, maybe even a bit longer than that. So we haven't had sweet potato in a while. But yeah, so I'll get some more soil on that bed, get it watered in, and then get on with what else I need to get done today. Thanks for joining me down here at Little Patch today and checking out the sweet potato harvest. Like I said, it's the first time I've grown sweet potato this year. I'm not 100% sure when it needs to be picked, but I'm happy with what I've got. I'm leaving the rest of them in there to see if they either get bigger or they might sprout again for next year. So have a good day, guys, and we'll see you on the next clip. So I'm just going to put my sweet potato up here on my rack. I haven't washed it or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it sit here for a day or so and just let the skins harden off a bit. And so that the dirt can dry out, and so I might be able to actually just hand wipe them clean. And then yeah, I might just better wipe them off with a dry cloth before I put them away. So yeah, I'll just let them sit there, and probably use them pretty quick anyway in the next couple of days. So yeah, so that's the sweet potatoes. Storing them, pretty much just like I said, let the skins toughen up a bit, give them a wipe down with the dry cloth, and so you can get some of the dirt off, and then just put them somewhere dry, and not too hot, not too cold, and they should sit there for 6 to 12 months depending on the type of sweet potato you've grown. So I hope that information was helpful, and that you guys give growing sweet potatoes a go. Like I said, I've used store-bought sweet potatoes, so grab a couple of them, put them on the shelf, and just let them sit there until they start sprouting. There is lots of different ways to get potato to sprout, but I find the easiest way to get anything to do what you want it to do is just to let it sit and do what it wants to do. So same with potatoes, you know, I'd use the store-bought potatoes as well. I just let them sit there in the bag on the shelf until they start growing. So which then you know that you're going to be planting them in about the right time of season, right season for them, because they have started growing when they're supposed to start growing. So alright guys, thanks for joining me down here at Little Patch Garden again, pulling out the sweet potatoes. I'll give you an update on how those last bits in there go, whether they stay in there for the winter and then grow up next year.